Test, test, test. Jagger here, Wolf, what's up? Hello. I guess you can hear me. That's good. Hey, Rascal. Tuesday night. Rare Tuesday. Cool. Hey, Chris.
Your repurposed freighter drifts through space. As you stare out at the star-flecked void, another ship comes in.
Oh,
Wait,
man, I need this coffee
is this
tonight.
sci-fi?
Oof.
I thought we agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh. Did we? That's cool. I can pivot. The smell of smoke curdles in your nostrils. Hold up. I thought we were prepping for a zombie apocalypse campaign. All right, here's what we're doing. It's the year 3700. Humanity's elite fled to other planets long ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape by with historic tools as weird phenomena plague abandoned nuclear sites. Witnesses report seeing glowing lights and the dead rising from their graves. And amidst the chaos, 3 strangers will meet in a dim bar. A veteran zombie slayer, a disgraced general out for revenge, and a space mercenary sent to investigate the power plants. Now describe your characters. How did you do that? I have the right tools for the job.
Alrighty. Hey, Del. Got yourself a bamboo A1. Cool. Awesome. Good to hear, man. Hey, John. That's really cool to hear. Hey.
Hello.
A story once spoken is ageless. The dungeon imagined without end.
Find everything here.
The
So,
curious
yeah.
are the ones most
There we go.
courageous. The tree that endures has to bend. From stillness the mad mage is stirring. From countless voices the castle takes shape. Zagig will test the enduring. Those unlucky will never escape.
It's roll 1.
POV, I had 30 minutes before my campaign group showed up, and I was totally
Hey,
unprepared.
Pat, fourth Phantom.
I grabbed my
Morph.
ready set encounter box
John,
and
what's
boom,
going on?
everything I needed for an epic session. Adventure hooks, map tiles, loot tables, stat blocks, and miniatures, all ready to go. My players still think I spent hours planning our great dragon encounter. If you're a busy dungeon master, get Ready Set Encounter live now on Kickstarter. POV, I had 30 minutes before my campaign group showed up, and I was totally unprepared. I grabbed my ready set encounter box and
Talk to
boom,
Chuck in a
everything I
little while.
needed for an epic session.
Okay.
Adventure
I gotta
hooks,
get-
map tiles, loot
try and get
tables,
some
stat
more,
blocks, and miniatures, all ready to go. My players still think I spent
Edge
hours
from
planning
him.
our great dragon
Yeah.
encounter. If you're a busy dungeon master,
He's
get Ready
coming
Set
to
Encounter
page and
live now on
he will-
Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Maybe we could do what we did early this year, last page.
Yeah.
That will
Yeah.
be perfect. Yep.
There probably will be more people here.
Yeah.
So. All right. What's up, Guadrama? We're still pretty early, which is good.
Yeah.
I won't run that a second time. All right, so tonight we're gonna hit up some of the two Dragon magazines, then we'll go into From the Ashes box set. Wow, 40 stream streak. That may mess up some people tonight being on a Tuesday tonight. But you never know. Oh, she did follow. Yeah, it happens a lot. Man, when you're on vacation, like, I got plenty of time. Before you know it, half of it's over, and then I understand what you're saying. You lose the time. Yeah, man, 100%. All right, I'm gonna come live here. We're 7 minutes early, but who cares? It's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I worked yesterday, worked today. Yesterday, probably saw people saw the picture. I went to the Flyers game. That went late. I mean, I didn't get home till late. So, and then worked all day today. So I'm pretty burnt, but that's all right. We've got the holiday coming starting tomorrow for me, which is great.
Yeah.
So, got an enemy tonight. Mike cannot make it when he has his Perm Land campaign tonight, which is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
No problem at all.
It's Greyhawk related, so that's a viable excuse.
Really, the Cats loses their mind about the Ulick spinning logo. Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, schedule for the rest of the week. There won't be any until after Christmas, right? So, I'm working on this and putting it together. I got 3 confirmed players. I made the name up. I don't know if I'll keep it. Delusional Misgivings. I like it. It sounds really stupid. But that's Eventual 1156. I got Myriad Star and Phantom NJ so far. That'll be 11 a.m. on Saturday. We'll see who else is going to be joining in, but they're
Mhm.
definites. So that'll be the only other thing. And then Gabbard on Sunday night, but that'll be it for. Oh, that's the first place we're going to go shortly. Dragon 64. So she's purring loudly because yeah, she was satiated by that Daredale. That's
Mhm.
really cool. So let's see here. There we go. We got one follower there. That person there lives nearby me and was on Threads talking about DMing, and I'm a millennial from Gloucester County, New Jersey. I'm like, really? I'm not a millennial, a Gen Xer. So I'm like, oh man. Well, that sounds like so am I. So said I'd help her out with some ideas and stuff. She wanted to start a campaign up, but we'll see. But all right, we'll continue this. And from the Ashes box set, love it or hate it, or in between. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. I'd say I use 80% of it. I don't know what your percent is, Anna, or you don't work that way. So
Well,
zero.
I use a lot of stuff when it comes to from there because it's a source book. So then it's prime territory for me. So
Thanks,
this is the
Lando.
kind of Greyhawk content I like. It was since it's a lot of rehash, but it's definitely like they wanted to put out a Greyhawk for a new edition of the game. So
Okay.
but they also advanced stuff. So that's why we have to, because this one is, meaning you had the folio and the 83 box set. That was basically an expansion of the same product in a bigger in a bigger box, so to speak.
Yeah, the
This is
original
a different beast.
Toxic Boy. So you missed last week, Stan. We went over that last week. You talking about the original '83 box set, right?
Hmm.
I mean, you just got to use it however, wherever you start,
Yeah,
and use the information in there, and don't
it's
worry about,
this. Yeah, and
don't
it's the
worry.
same with this one.
Yeah,
Meaning they have the same. They fill the same purpose, and I think it's difficult for some. If you come from 5e and you start playing recently, the idea of a game setting is probably not such a familiar way of doing things
right.
because nowadays it doesn't seem to be. Game settings hasn't been a huge thing for the last 20 years. And it kind of fell out of favor as a concept of gaming. But I'm one of these that meaning game setting is more important than the rule system. The rule system I switch up, I've done every 10 years or so. But the setting, meaning the place where the stuff happens, so to speak, that to me is way more sacred and interesting and stuff. The rules are more a tool to facilitate the game, but the setting is the essence of the game. That's the blood of the game, so to speak. That's the key bit. The stories, what's behind the stories, the people and all the monsters and all the stuff that happens, so to speak. That's the game setting. The rules are merely a tool to get there for me. And that means that it's just a tool to get the job done. But the game setting is the reason I want to sit at the game table, not the rules. The rules is something I need in order to get the fun out of it.
Okay.
It's the tool to pry it open, so to speak, and to attack the problem with in order to get the fun. But the setting is the fun, from world building, map making to the actual game. So that's why setting a book like this is the essence for me. And then the add-ons like the Marklands and I use the evil, the ones that describes the world, they are the key bit for me, so to speak. But that's my pet peeve when it comes to game settings is such a key concept for me.
Well, this game setting, it's the most drastically changed
Hmm.
change in Greyhawk history right here.
Yes. Yep.
This is a major change, and that's why there's a lot of
Yep.
people who are never comfortable with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it took years before I was comfortable with it. It took we played for 10 years without really getting into the meat of this because I had a hard time. I was much more stubborn in accepting change back in the day. You know, the new liberal me, but go back 30 years ago, and I was like, what the heck is this? And I didn't want change at all. It was like, oh, Horde Society's gone. What the heck is this?
I know.
I hate
A
it.
lot. Yeah.
I started out. being really angry at Carl Sargent that is behind a lot of this, and his the TSR at the time for screwing up my Greyhawk. But over 30 some years since this came out, I've been more and more in love with it. And
Mm.
now I realize I really like it. Now I like that. I like uh, Roger Moore's retcon, trying to bring it back again. I like that too. And the Living Greyhawk that expanded it further, I like that too. So the Living Greyhawk campaign was kind of not really up to. I
It's
would
all over
probably
the
have loved to
place.
play it, but it was not for
Yeah.
me,
Thanks,
so to
Wolf,
speak.
getting us
Yeah,
over there. Thank you.
yeah,
So,
but yeah,
yeah, I
that's
mean,
not I'm babbling enough. Now
no,
it's
it's
your
good.
turn. Yep.
'Cause I talk so much on Sunday. Uh, um, I'd say I use 80%
hmm
from the ashes, maybe even a little
Yeah,
higher than that.
yeah. I'm
Uh,
I'm I'm with you. Yeah.
but there's stuff I can't stand. We
Okay.
all know what they are. We did that 10 things I hate about Greyhawk. I
Yeah.
hate Philidor with a passion.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I
I
just I haven't
Yeah, you
used
just
him.
ignore
That's
it,
it.
which is
Yeah.
fine. That's what I do.
hmm
That's what
Yep.
I do. I hate the moon bow. Like, why else all of a sudden go to frickin' Len Lakofka's island? It
Yeah.
makes no sense. That drove me crazy. And there's some other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. And interesting.
You
I
know,
didn't like that bit either. But the good thing with that, just like with Carl Sargent's abolishment
thanks for
of
asking.
Horn Society and IUCN takeover, it made me think. That was the starting point for my idea. Okay, I don't like what's happening with the elves here. So, but then I turned that question into reverse. What do I like? If I had done it, how the heck would I have had done with my elves? It became the starting point for my thinking of what I wanted to do with elves in my campaign.
Okay.
So that is something I need to recommend to others, that even if you don't like it, it might be good for your gaming, because the things that you don't like, they incur feelings and thinking and stuff like that. So that could be a spur for creative thinking. So you need a little bit of resistance and stuff in order to bring out the best in your games. Yeah.
Yeah. Lord Forth. My guess is that Sargent was not a fan of Len. That's a good guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that might very well be. Yep.
Yeah, because Len was very opinionated at wherever he went.
hmm
So
Yeah.
it could have been it.
Yeah, but I also think there is another thing that goes along with that, is that I think a lot of people at TSR saw Len as one of Gary's
Hmm.
buddies,
Yeah.
which he really was.
Hmm.
So therefore, when they got ousted Gary, they kind of ousted Len in the process, so to speak, because he was one of
Well,
because Len never worked at TSR. He was just one of Gary's buddies, that gaming buddies that Gary kind of kept in touch with, and so Len had,
yeah.
yeah, they were on speaking terms and they exchanged stuff. We know that now because we've seen some of the letters and stuff like that that
And
Len kept.
also, like, this is 2 years before the 25th anniversary, so we
hmm
know L3 isn't even out yet, right? So Len gets
Yeah,
L3 out in the 25th silver anniversary set. So I got two of these boxes here. This one is my old original one, and all I
yeah,
have in this are all the maps because my books are in that
yeah.
pile and they're torn apart.
Yeah.
So I
My,
got a
my
whole bunch of
box
maps
got
and stuff.
squished, but all the
Yeah,
content
that's
I
my
have
original
away here.
box.
So yeah.
So, but this is the good
Yeah.
box here.
One question before
Hmm.
we start this, so
Yep.
we get the timing straight here. Was this the starting point of the wars and stuff, or had that story been published in one of the earlier ones? Was
No,
Greyhawk Wars out?
this is the starting point.
Yeah, so this is the one when they launched that new updated Greyhawk, so to speak. Yeah.
Right, you had the Wars box set, but like
Yeah,
no
but
one knew.
that was
Not a
just
lot
a
of people
war game
had it.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you
And
had
the base story was thin. It was like, what was it, 10-page little or
this
8-page
this
little
was it.
booklets or something. Yeah.
This was it. And
Yep.
just like when I started reading through it, right after, and I've talked about this, right after I had the Shieldlands whole huge battle system, Fortress Elendar
Yep.
thing, with the Bandit Kingdoms coming and trying to overtake that part of Shieldlands, the Shieldlanders fighting them back. And I'm like, oh my god, it
Yep.
feels now I got to wipe that. So I waited
hmm
10 years of not of campaign time before I
Yeah.
implemented it, because I was just like,
Yeah.
like,
And this From the Ashes came out in 92, so it came out 9 years after the box set came out. So it's like a decade of in
right.
between the two.
But
Yeah.
the Greyhawk Adventures book was the one thing that came out in between, and the Fish Rock box set
Yeah.
also had come out.
Yep. Yep. And
So
we had Gary has been ousted from TSR. TSR had launched second edition, so it was a new era of D&D as well, so to speak.
yeah, and that Greyhawk Adventures book, which I think I have one right here, is kind of right in that hybridized. It could be 1E or 2E.
Exactly. I
So,
think it's
oh
even
wow, well,
mentioned that it's
thanks.
compatible with 1E, 2E.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yep, that's what it says right there. Oh, you can't see me. I'm covered. Yeah.
Yeah, that little yellow
Yep. Absolutely. And this one's
yeah.
getting beat up. So, but
I thought that was a sticker when I saw the book the first
yeah,
time.
it looks
but
like
it was
one.
but it's printed on the cover. So yeah.
And we know that we have someone who we've been talking with recently who really does not like this book at all.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I must say I was disappointed that it wasn't more kind of big setting meat. But on the other hand, we got that in From the Ashes slightly later, like a year or so after. So
but I think it's play style, and I loved the named spells. I thought they were long overdue. All the named magic items, some of the little side history, legendary places. I just loved all that. So I thought it was good, but
yeah, I was disappointed at first, but I got to love it more and more over time, so to speak. Yeah.
So we got some fun things about the roll here. Alrighty, let's take a look. All right, so thank you all for the hype trains there. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I am. Like you said, I'm low energy tonight. I apologize. I'm gonna do my best to get through all this as tomorrow. Hey, Vamp, you're not returning my Discord messages, Vamp. You're not returning my Discord messages, man. Yes. So look out here. I'm gonna send you one right now. If you can't, no big deal. There. Good to see you, Chad. All right. So, let's start with Dragon Magazine 64. We got two events of the Southern and Eastern Flanaess to go over. I know Alan had some older ones, but that would be backtracking now, and we want to go into what's happening here. So you go to Greyhawk's World, I believe right there, 13, page 13. Alrighty. Dragon 64, everyone, if you want to know where we are. So here come more weapons that are going in Arcana too. All these are going in Arcana. And here's some, they're making changes.
Yeah, these are the early ones. Yeah. Early Greyhawk's World. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is all stuff going in. The Kapesh is going in. The Falchions going in. Yeah, next character classes. Yep, see that here. Planetars, Solars, Divas. All right, here we go. All right, Classic D&D reprints tonight. So there we go. Awesome, dude. Great. Alrighty. Yep. 11. It'll be 11 EST. All right. So I know this is the Raxivort article. All right. So we're talking. All right. Pantheons of deities in the Flanaess is very broad, and many humanoids and demi-humans serve deities which do not have an aspect that exactly matches the race in question. By the way, thank you all for the hype chain. Very, very kind. Really appreciate it. So they made some changes here. Treat Flins as gnolls, of course. Ogrillons, orcs are ogres, and orcers as goblins for the purpose of selection of deity. Shaman levels. Witch Doctor maximum levels. Do I use them? No. And there's only one edition. Now, this deity appears in the 80 box set, right? This deity appears in the 80 box set. That's Raxivort. Mm-hmm. 83. 83. This is still before. This is still in the, yeah, this is still before. So Raxivort appears in the 83 box set. All right. And it gives you some background on Raxivort. But that, I thought that, so that's it. There's no combat or anything in this one. It's just, it's just Raxivort. And then Raxivort gets ported in. That's kind of disappointing. No history here. We don't need to hear, yeah, because we already talked about Raxivort in the last in the 83 box set. I'm going to scan through this. John Henry, that's funny. See if I missed anything. Judges Guild ad. Ratham just recently closed their doors. Assassin's Guild, that'll be cool. All right, we'll go here. 65, a great one of my favorites. The Celtic mythology updates in this. Of course, Grumble and Chomp. I played that in the Atari 800 at a friend's house once. It's kind of stupid. Yeah. Thank you. Really appreciate the hype train. You're right. Let's see when we got Greyhawk's World, latest campaign news. There we go. And we got Leonidas' Tiny Hut right after it. So we'll check that out with Len too.
Yeah.
All right. So that's page 11. So there's a question about jesters.
A long editorial by Gary, so he had things to say apparently.
Where was that? Right here in the front?
Yeah, guest editorial on page 4. Yeah. Gary has a long 2 pages, 3 pages long guest editorial. Yeah.
Well, he's talking about Gen Cons.
Yeah, I don't know what to talk about it, but it's one of the longer ones when he had a guest editorial. So he must have had something. What year was this?
It's gonna be
82. So yeah,
So
it's
he's also
before
like the
the
Gen Con
trouble started.
X convention, our big show at the Playboy Club in Lake Geneva, and
Ed
always talks about that going in there as a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was young then, and I went in, and yeah, it was awesome. My eyes were wide open the whole time. You know, Len had some good stories there. It was good. All right. It goes, oh my God, it's more than that. It's like, wow.
Yep.
So they're talking about Origins. Which is the better convention, Origins or Gen Con, it looks like. Which one to support more? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but Gary normally didn't write. He made occasional every couple of years or so. He went one of these business overview or talked about when.
What month is this? September.
Yeah.
When was Gen Con East that year? I was there. What month was that? Was that before this? Does anyone remember? Gen Con East at Widener College. Only time I had it there, and that's the only time I ever met Gary.
Yeah, so they had a Gary Con, a regular big Gary Con that was that, yeah. Oh, sorry, Gen Con, and then they had a Gen Con East, and they had a Gen Con West as well for some years. I think that was over in California somewhere too. I think they had Gen Cons in several places. Yep.
All right, character classes to consider.
Yep.
Mystic, Zip, Cavalier, yes. Thief, yes. Acrobat, Mountebank, nope. Jester didn't make it. Grand Druid did in Arcana. There we go. So more on Barbarians, that made it. All right, here we go. Rob Kuntz is up this time.
Yep. He wrote most of these.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Well, this is way out there. A great stage of Keelan once said in connection with many rival powers in East, behold, the sapping of strength, continuous and unabated. Tricked only by the ferocity of battle and erstwhile victories. Only Rob would use erstwhile. I haven't heard that word in 50 years.
Yeah. Wow. One interesting thing is it said by Rob Kuntz, but the copyright is Igor Gygax. Just a note.
Well, but it's just like he had the.
Oh yeah, it was Greyhawk related. It was exactly.
Yeah.
It was just to note that was the yeah.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. During 578, proclamation of war, it was issued against the Great Kingdom and her satellites by the Kingdom of Nyrond, Pearlsea of Almor and their allies. This, in conjunction with the various military activities already in motion, make the southern and eastern portions of Flanaess as busy as the marketplaces of Roxas. So, Spindrift Sound, a minor naval action, was fought here during late summer.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a pirate attack. Pay for certain unnameable. Rosh, there's many new dealings with the Great Kingdom and its new constable, the Lord of Mentry, Spadassa. Who's that? Do you know who Spadassa is?
Spadassa was one of the rulers of there, I think. Yeah.
Okay. A naval and land expedition will probably be launched later next year. Lieutenant political pressure and threats are expected to keep buzzing between Solward and Rel Asher. The Jushans are demanding recompensance while Rel Asher turns a deaf ear to concentrate on its commitments in the Sea of Medesia. So it sounds like well, we're going to start up some stuff. We're going to start up some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to start up some shit. Then everything happens with Gary going out and all. And
Oh, exactly.
Sargent gets his hands on it and goes, I'm going to take it to the next level and destroy all the Gary Kingdom.
Yep.
So,
yeah, he read all this and he took these hints and then he ran with it.
Ran kind of more like jumped off the top of the Empire State Building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With the
But that was probably the order to update the setting and make it TSRs again, bring it out from back in the good old days too. Yeah.
But see, they kept other stuff. They kept Melf.
Oh yeah, they realized yeah.
You know, so they made
and
some
they kept
changes.
Mordenkainen and they kept a whole bunch of stuff that was essential to the setting, I guess.
That's so true. But then they killed off Tensor.
Yeah, but they had to sacrifice someone when
Tensor's earnings.
Yeah, but I don't think they took that way. Tensor was a good guy. They needed to sacrifice one of them, and Mordecai and others were more mysterious or whatever. And they probably they wanted to get rid of a few of these. There were probably enough big powerful wizards that didn't need all of them, and then the goodest of them all probably they could have put it, or they rolled a die or whatever. Or
they rolled a die and randomly did it.
Yeah, or they just
you never know. I mean, you just don't know.
They might have just had a not an organized meeting. They just had he had a bad day and he came Tensor and he wrote him out of the history.
All right, so here's the Spindrift Isles. And here, so look, we got some army totals here for what's going on.
Yeah. We go really old school here.
Yeah. Almer's Field Army, minus 50%, but rising. So,
we were rising, and then from the ashes came out, and it was
then it's rising from the dead.
Yeah.
The Realmore Bay Fleet, Kingdom of Niron. Niron had to take back had to take upon her back the monetary burden of her allies. The Iron League in Almor, so Niron has so this is King Dunstan. It's a lot of troops.
Yep.
It's a lot of troops. What's up? They rolled a D8. You never know. Interesting. Primary aim of these two forces is very simple. Dunstan will move south across the coast of Realmore Bay and cross the Harp River near Chathold in support of the main Almorian army, which will have started south upon the arrival of Dunstan's advance guard at Mithat. And to ensure complete victory in this undertaking, Dunstan has called upon the aid of both the county and Duchy of Ernst, thus securing a further allotment of well-trained elite footmen in excess of 10,000 who will be at the Realmore Woodwitch area within 3 months. All right. And then what happens? No, unknown. It stays. This is 82 and 82. It stays. There's no updates. Well, that's not true. There's little tidbits of updates from the Ashes box set. No, I mean from the Free City Grok box set. Little tidbits, like the Shieldlands is being taken over by the Horn Society. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the handling of the Greyhawk. Yeah. the handling of Greyhawk was anecdotal more than like it was not big business decisions and a continuation committee and all that a lot of publishers have today when you meaning I've experienced from how Cobalt Press treated Midgard and stuff, and they have continuity officers and stuff who
so this is 82. Temple of Elemental Evil is still not out.
That's true. That is not out.
No, it's not out at this
Damn.
point either.
Yeah.
Rob Kuntz, Mordenkainen's Fantastic Adventures not out yet. None of those adventures are out yet. So my guess is, this is my guess. All right, they're doing this in here, and this is the last one of them. There's none after this. They go, we're going to write adventures instead, because it's not paying the bills, just putting the stuff in Dragon. So we're going to go away from this, talking about what's happening in that, and write more adventures and finish them. Finally going to get Temple done.
Oh yeah, because these articles are more like really old school Greyhawk, when it was more like castles and the original Castles and Crusade Society adventures and stuff like that. This reminds of the time when it was like wargaming and stuff like that, pre D&D, because Greyhawk has kind of a story that was integrated. It formed and took shape parallel to D&D, so to speak, and then Greyhawk started becoming a proper D&D setting and took on a life as a D&D setting, which was kind of the second life of Greyhawk. And then Greyhawk has had many lives over the years. So now we're talking the second life, and soon we will move into the third iteration of Greyhawk. And then there's been a fourth and maybe even a fifth, however how you look at it, so to speak.
Sam, are you saying that they actually ran that stupid board game and that decide what happened from the ashes?
That I would be surprised.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, then they put it to good use.
That's the story, but we don't have any verification on that.
Exactly, but it's an interest. It's a cool story.
I don't know. The only person
hopefully.
Ed could probably know. Ed would probably know.
David Zeb Cook will probably know, because I think he was still.
Sometimes he doesn't want to answer this kind of question.
No, exactly. But I know he was at least at the company at the time, and there are a few others that we can talk to.
Ed will give us the information that he knows and be honest about it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because he would never work there, so he was.
He's not under any NDAs.
Exactly, and the company doesn't exist anymore. That company, so those NDAs are probably not valid anymore. So
there's Leonard doing quality, which is kind of cool. This is really detailed. It would too much detail for me. Yeah, it's Len level detail.
He needs a spreadsheet, otherwise it's not Len's. Yep.
It's just too much.
I think Len and Gary got along really well, because they love tables and long sets of numbers and stuff. Both of them. Meaning, if you've seen the Dungeon Master's Guide, you can feel right at home here.
Yeah.
First edition D&D. Yeah, exactly. Len loved Excel. We know that from all the printouts that we got from his treasure trove. Yep.
All right. Ta-da!
Yeah. And now we need to talk about the cover, the cover image here on the box set, because
which is this. No, it's the other one, right?
No, it's from the 83 box set cover, but now it's war.
Right.
It's the same castle in the background, so it's easily that did the first one. He did this one too, and. These are the undead ones and or marauding something, and it's the same scene but at war, and I think that was really, really cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's any detail as to either one where they are. I mean, it's just. Right?
I've heard that was described in the Dragon magazine somewhere, that this was probably taken from the Wild Coast, not from the other one, that these were knights from the Wild Coast, because there's like facts and some of the other. But there is only it's only one of from the 83 box set. There's only one, and that's on the banner. He has a spear, and there's like a little banner on the spear, and that has this shield mark that Gary Gygax often used by himself, but there is a version of that that is used for the city of Fax in the Wild Coast that is very similar to that one. So I simply took the other two signs that were there and made them into Bad Wall and Cantona. But that was my decision to take those and assign them to those from that comment somewhere.
I want to show something
Yeah.
here that is a little disturbing.
Okay.
That no one ever really said, well, that's the way it is. Because we know.
Yeah, this map was on the inside cover of,
Yep.
of the,
Yep.
the atlas. And I loved it that they call it the Atlas of the Flanaess.
Yeah.
That I love that.
Right. And you can see what does this mean over here with the Grand Kingdom? All right. Well, I guess in Niva the Undying, he goes over some of all these.
Yes, exactly.
They
were too small. Yeah, these are the provinces. And I used that map as basis for when I started to figure out where these provinces were, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not named, but we have the general layout. So that's the yeah. You can see the Sea of Medigia, you can see Relastra, you can see Toric, and you can see Reldevon, you can see Karlstrand and Crown's province of, and so on and so forth.
Here's what I want to highlight. All right. So now the Pomarge comes across, right? So I can live with half of the Principality gone, whatever. It just doesn't happen in my game. But
don't you think it's interesting if half your realm gets invaded, because that means more?
Well, because no one's guarding the river after all these years. Yeah. But
but what I'm saying is that more monsters your monsters in, then you can turn it into.
We'll just destroy 7 castles for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. But meaning, I'm just saying that a lot of monsters means opportunities. So I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here.
But this area of the Pomarge runs all the way up. This is too high, by the way.
No, it's Safeton. It's Safeton, Narwhal. That's where the fighting went.
I think it's down a little further, isn't it?
No, that's right. That's where.
Well, look at this.
Because that's where the battle occurred.
All this part of the Lort Mills in the county. What is right there where my arrow is? Right here?
Well, that's where Altamira
what's right there?
is.
What's right there? Right there.
That's Altamira.
Yeah. All this is like Pomarge now? I didn't even realize that.
No. Realize that the big mountain changes are not part of anything.
But look, there's no lines there. It's all connected.
Exactly. They forgot to put the new border in from Pomarge because
Are you sure, Anna?
Oh,
You're making an assumption there.
Because I don't know, but realize that if you look at it, or maybe I don't think he took that far north up from reading it, so to speak.
Sound angry, Dad. I just realized it.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's the usual case of the map being done either before text is written or don't have all someone didn't write that in the art order, and whoever did the map didn't read the whole text.
I want to show you something else too.
Yeah.
This shows Saltmarsh and all them no longer in Keoland.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah, it actually went the other way because Keoland expanded south at this time, if I remember my story right.
Yeah.
They tried at least. They didn't get anywhere, but they tried. So yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Because they were trying to take on. He was trying to take on Westkeep down there to conquer Westkeep, and that was the only thing he managed to conquer before they got stuck, so to speak.
Yeah, I know. Too much jousting and kumquat growing.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm just showing it. I mean, this stuff doesn't happen in my game.
Yeah, but it's usually what happens because I know from experience, art orders doesn't contain all the info, and
I don't know what
these
little areas are here and here. It's just weird.
Divers and stuff, and it's kind of it doesn't really make sense. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's just in the Bright Deserts, lands of Rari, we know that, and there's no Hardby on here, which is really weird.
Greyhawk. The domain of Greyhawk had been established, but from the ashes, that was part of establishing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing
So this is when Norville and Safeton and Hardby all became part of the domain.
Yep. See,
Yeah,
lots of stuff I don't like about it, but all right, that's just a map. It's just a map. It's just a
yeah.
map. Yeah, that's all it is. Okay. There's some great things in here, particular in descriptions in certain land areas and threads
Yeah.
and things like that. Somehow I doubt or thought the Mets. Ah, got to go through the level of scrutiny.
I agree with you, Phantom. That is, yeah. I don't think anyone thought that we would sit here 30 years later and be all over this with this much scrutiny, like archaeologists going through historical remains or something. So, yeah.
Yeah, we should. We should absolutely. All
Hmm.
right. Tells you everything you get here. This is
Yeah.
during second edition.
Yeah. One
Yep.
other comment about
Uh-huh.
this as a product was that I remember I was part owner of a game store back in Sweden when we got this. We got it because I was a Greyhawk fan, so we bought a whole box. So we got like a big cardboard
Were they all
box
in
with like
English or Swedish?
no, they were all in English. Yeah, I've seen a translation of
Okay.
AD&D second edition to Swedish, but it was never published. But I've seen it. It was
Okay.
a friend of mine who actually did the translation, and he got the license too, but it was never published. So because I told him it was a dumb idea because everybody played in English anyway. But anyway, but the interesting thing is
Okay.
that that was a box set with like 40 or 50 boxes of From the Ashes that we ordered, and on in the top thing on top of all of them in the box set, there was a big printed letter saying, "We are so sorry. This was supposed to have been printed in gold, not silver."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be printed
Wow.
like if you've seen I Use the Evil and the Marklands, they were printed properly with like a bronze gold kind of color instead of the gray silver that is in this one. So they were so sorry. So that is actually a misprint because it makes it look so dull and boring. So the idea was that they were supposed to have color. They were supposed to have like a gold. They had a little sample there. So, but
Okay.
so yep. So they were.
Interesting.
So at first I thought it was just the ones they sent
Oh,
over
Patrick, man.
overseas to get rid
Thanks,
of,
dude.
but it was actually all of them, as far as I know, that was printed this way. So yeah.
Thank you so very much, Patrick. Very kind. Looks like they did a 35% off gift subs, 9 days left for the rest of the year, I guess.
Yeah, I saw the mail from Twitch about that
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
I didn't even know about it. All right. The high history of the Flanaess, early history. No,
Yep.
this is going to change.
No, the old history is a rehash up
Yeah.
until
They
576.
may have added a couple things. I'm not sure. Talking about the Great Kingdom. There's
Yeah,
definitely
now we get into oh sorry.
there's actually definitely more writing here than there was in the box set and the
Oh,
and the 80 folio.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely, because we have so much added history on top of what was
Right.
in the folio and the 83 box set. Yeah.
Yep.
Tons of it.
Here comes the rise of IUs, and this is kind of important. 479 was only a fractious collection of paltry fiefdoms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Fiend himself, fearing the accident, eyes might have been contained. King Avarice was opposed to Southern noble who resented excessive taxation. He got imprisoned in Castle Greyhawk in 505. Included by a group including Zadig, aided by St. Cuthbert. So interesting. And then war beckons. So now we're gonna keep on going with this.
Yeah.
Greetings all. Yeah, we're doing good. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Patrick, really appreciate it. By the way, anyone who's owed something from a giveaway, Michael's got all the addresses and all that should be all going out, and all the other stuff. I mean, with Christmas it may take a little bit, but all that stuff should be all out. So let's see here. I just want to see what they say. They say here. So okay. It came from IUs. Meddling fools managed to release the fiend from his imprisonment in Castle Greyhawk in 570. So that was what's his name? Kunz's character. Oh my god, my brain's off. Robilar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Only a year after the forces of good and Friandi and Valuna celebrated the sack of the notorious Temple of Elemental Evil in the gnarly forest, their celebrations did not last many years. All right. Yep. Now it says here, the prince's abduction, surely at the hands of Scarlet Brotherhood agents, destroyed those noble hopes. Mm-hmm. All right. So let me just put it to you this way with that. No soapbox here. I can live with the Scarlet Brotherhood being there, but you kidnapped him and put him right back in the temple. The Nairon thing, I know Gary talks about it late in the 2000s. It makes no sense to me why Nairon would be involved. It just
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
zero sense.
Exactly. I feel more like it was something he wanted to stab back at TSR
Yeah,
for or
that's what I
something.
was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
But some of you may have other opinions on it. It's okay. Once again, it's going to be opinion at this time. So if I find now we get to the Greyhawk War. Now we get to some new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For
Well,
the
the
whole
Greyhawk, we had the Grey Kingdom crumbles was early on there too. So in the Greyhawk Wars. So all this is about this new stuff. Yep.
yeah. So you got here we go. So the fists, the hold of stone fists, starts it all off with a
Mm-hmm.
lie, right? So with the
Yeah, the
Vatoon
Vatun
lie,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and also the swords of Korisk, which there are two adventures you can run.
Yep.
Which are kind of you run them and you're starting the whole Greyhawk Wars by doing that, but it's okay. Um, yeah, the fist swept
How
into the
many
Duchy of
years?
Ten.
Yeah. How
What's
many
that?
years earlier were those swords adventures?
I
When
don't
were
think
they
there's a date
published?
on them. I don't think there's a date. So
But
my
they've been
guess,
out a couple of years, so before when this came out, right? I think.
um,
Or maybe I was more thinking, were they all written
maybe
so
I don't.
they when you wrote those adventures, were this already being made
Someone look up
and
Five
thought
Shall
through?
Be One, please, and just
Yeah,
see
I
what
can
year it was done.
yeah,
I they may who knows, they may have come out afterwards. They
yeah,
probably came out before. My guess. All right, let me guess. 80. I'm gonna say Five Shall Be One. 88, the year before this. That's a guess.
yeah. Uh, let's
Ah,
see. It came out in 91, so just 1 year earlier. So
okay.
yeah,
All right, one
yeah.
year earlier.
So then they were part of the same launch,
Right.
so to speak. So when they wrote Five Shall Be One, they were already planning. It was not like yeah, it was not
Yeah.
random events. It was part of
Now,
the yeah.
I think 6 years is not long enough for them to do the campaign setting start and then have all the wars start. I don't like it. All right, but that's okay. You can do whatever you want. Yours. So the fist swept into the 10, conquered it quickly. Well, that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't surprise me. The Duke and Duchess fled to the county earns for safety. Lieutenant's former right. So Sully's arrogance cost him dear. No help was coming from other nations. What's that? That's wrong. That's wrong. The
Which one?
10 has former Sully's arrogance. They're not Sul, they're Flan.
Yeah,
That's a mistake.
yeah.
Hey, with 10, good to see you. Yeah, that's a real mistake. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone's perfect. All
Yeah,
right, so the Great Alliance forged by Fatoon soon collapsed. Somehow the barbarians invaded Ratik.
yeah.
Elias Tapa was Sashing. He's the hierarchs of the evil Horn Society, long his enemies, and the thorn in the flesh of the Shieldlands. I think Anna, I think Anna agrees with me most off that I think that the loss of the Horn Society lost a lot of flavor in Greyhawk when it was taken down.
Yeah. But I learned to make lemonade out of those lemons, so
But
to
you
speak.
always
So
attempt to make lemonade out of
exactly,
lemons.
I tried to,
Yeah.
and at first I was so disappointed, and I mourned it because they were my favorite villains. But then I was like, damn. But then I was like, okay, let's and that was also, to be fair, it got me thinking about the Horn Society and the Flan, and wanted me to study, meaning where do they come from, what could happen to them afterwards, and so on and so forth. So yeah,
Yeah, but nothing. We know that there's only one hierarch supposedly survives,
yeah.
right? And all, so
But
it's like
yeah,
there's
but I didn't like the premise of how the relationship between the IUs and the Horn Society, and you just take it over, and there was a walkover and stuff like that. No, that to me, that description to me had a lot of there was a hidden story there, so to speak. So they got me to rethink the
okay.
whole premise, which was fun because it made me make my campaign got richer out of it. So yeah.
Okay. Fernie was able to hold its eastern, and so like it just says here, the his body of troops struck far into the east and southeast into both abandoned kingdoms, shield lands.
Hmm. Yeah.
Admonfort and Critwall. I still don't know how Admonfort falls
Exactly.
on an island.
That never happened in my campaign because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
he
right.
doesn't. They can't even row a boat across a river
Yeah,
without much. So they're not seaworthy enough,
yeah,
and so on. And Furiundian and
right.
Shieldlands must have had a navy of some sort because they had the biggest island was in their possession. So they must have had boats and stuff to go through. So I can't even, well, demonic invasion or something like that. But nah, I don't buy it. But that's me. That's for me
Well,
for
I
my
think
campaign. I
Roger
don't buy
Moore
it.
talks about this a lot, saying he
Yeah.
saw it went
Hmm.
way too far, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Once it
They
gets there.
wanted to have fun for the Living Greyhawk campaign or something, whatever.
Well,
So
this
yeah,
is well
and
before
he.
Living Greyhawk.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
that's true. So
'92.
he
This
he
is
did. Yeah. So I
there's
don't.
no
Yeah.
idea that Living Greyhawk even exists at this point.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they went with it
yeah.
even further. So yeah. So this. Yeah. That to me doesn't cut
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
and they got more troops coming out of the Vestby, which I understand that, and they took
Hmm.
Crockport, but Shendel held.
Yep.
So, and then it says here the Great Kingdom struck massively on the Medi fronts.
Yep.
So the Great Kingdom awakens. Um,
Yep.
so right, Niron troops move into Fosswood and attack the north. So to south and southwest area forces attack the states of the Iron League. To the west,
Mhm.
they moved through Almor and onto
Yep.
Niron. Almor was swiftly
Yep.
subdued under
Yeah, this is where we get the stories from Duke Sefrin and all that
Right.
awesome stuff. That is
Okay.
really good stuff. That's some of the Carl Sargent's best work, I think, is where there's the stories around Duke Sefrin and all of that. That I really like that, and that you get part of it here, but you also get even the Undying fills in a lot of the details on that part here. So you get the overview here, and then you get pages up and down in even the Undying on that part.
What year did Living Cities start? Which was Forgotten Realms, right? What year was that?
If Living Greyhawk started in 2000, then maybe it started like 96, 97, 98, something like that.
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea. That's what I'm
If it was
asking.
before 2000, so
Right,
but
but that's he's
I
asking like
also
what was
yeah.
RPAGA doing at the time, and I have no
Yeah,
idea.
because we Wizard of the Coast bought TSR in 97, and I don't think they had a living campaign before then, but I might be wrong about that one. So hang on a second. Let's see if we can Google that and see what we get
Yeah.
out.
All right. So, and there you go. And you got all this fighting is going on all over the place. All right, Lordship of the Isles was replaced by distant cousin, which announces support for the Scarlet Brotherhood. Scarlet Brotherhood's taking
Oh,
all
I
over the
was
place.
completely wrong. The Living City began its life in 1986.
Right, so they're running Living City there in RPGA.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
but that was the project. But it
Mhm.
started. Yeah.
Not during Living Cities. If it's 86, that's all Forgotten Realms.
Oh yeah, it was Forgotten Realms. It says here, but yeah. Hmm.
Yep. All right. So yeah, and then the final act. Then the Pomar strikes.
Yep.
So
Yeah, they really invented a world war here, so to speak, or at
They
least
did.
at least a setting-wide war,
Right.
because the setting doesn't
But
cover
it's
the whole
not.
planet. But yeah.
Yeah. So this is my beef. Maybe
Hmm.
maybe that's the way these wars would go. The Hateful Wars itself was like 15 years of different fights all over the place. This is like a
Yeah.
year and it's gone. There's really not a lot of fighting after the first year. Love the fight. Thanks. Good. I'm glad you got it, Scala. Yeah. So I
But
mean, this is
but
1 year of
the,
just mass combat, and it all ends.
yeah, but some wars are that like that. Some wars they linger on for years and years and
All
years and
over the
years and
place.
years.
Anna,
Oh
come
yeah.
on.
No, but meaning, come on. The look at the both world wars. They were, one was continuation of the first in a lot of sense.
The First
In
World War went for like 6 years,
Yeah, and then
6 or
the
7 years.
second,
Second
yeah,
one
and
went
then
from
this,
39 to 45, 6 years.
yeah,
Right.
that's 12 years for the both of them. So yeah.
Yeah, but this thing, there's millions of troops being moved. The Great Kingdom,
Well,
all over the place. It's 1
haven't you heard
year.
about the 30-year war and the
Oh, the
yeah,
100-year
yeah,
war.
yeah.
So I'm just saying, I think it's like this is all manufactured. That's my point. And if Sam's right, and they did this all because of a stupid board game, that's
Yeah.
really sad.
Yeah.
Which yeah.
Yeah, but there's also there's a counter argument saying to that, because when the world goes to hell, a lot of others take their chance. Once chaos erupts and times become unruly, and we're living in that time right now, then when things become more unruly, a lot of people take the chance, the rulers and stuff
Yeah.
take the chance to add to the fray, so to speak. So that can happen in Greyhawk. So I can definitely see that mechanism.
I understand. But
Yeah,
you are a rationalizer.
yeah.
I am a doubter on that.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm, because now the Giants come out from the G series and they attack Starch at the same time too,
Yeah.
right? But
But
that
when I
only
see
lasts, yeah,
when I see
right,
this, is like I
yeah,
want to try and comply to it, and
yeah,
then I want to come up with a good reason why. If I can't,
right,
then I cut it. But I at least try to, because if it's a published source of Greyhawk, I try to accommodate it into my game somehow by tweaking it or adapting it a bit. And if it doesn't work, then I ignore it completely. But there are a few things I ignore completely. Most of it I try to adopt in one way or the other.
right,
It's like the elves, the
yeah.
moon bow and stuff. I don't follow the story here, but the moon bow is still there in my campaign. Yeah.
So, my opinion is it was that Sargent's Tolkienizing the campaign.
Oh yeah.
He wants
I
his
agree.
witch.
I
So
agree.
Eaz is the Witch King of Angmar. Always thought that. That's who I. He's
Yeah.
not Sauron. He's the Witch King of Angmar. That was just my
Mhm.
thought on
But
it.
he was kind of written like that to begin with, or Sauron-esque or something
No,
like
not
that. He was
Sauron. He was
no
not
no, but
Sauron.
he no, but what I'm saying is that he was written as a master villain potential from the get-go. When you read about him, the very first, he's kind of hinted at that way. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So okay. All right. Theories. Here's my theory.
yeah.
Take it for what you will. This is Sargent loves Tolkien writings, but he loves, like I do, and I'm really sad that I don't watch the shows because I can't with Galadriel, super swords lady and stuff. Um, this is second age stuff. This is setting up. Sargent is setting up for a great organization of elves and men to come back and take stuff back, like
Hmm.
at the end of the second age.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my theory on what he was doing. He was
That
like, all
might
right,
very,
so
yeah. Hmm.
yeah, so I
Hmm.
is the Witch King of Angmar, the
Yeah.
Great Kingdom. I'm getting that out of the way, and it's just going to be chopped
Hmm.
up because it's too big, whatever.
Yeah.
And then
That
somewhere
that
the heroes
yeah.
are going to step up.
Hmm.
That's just
That might very well be. And
yeah,
then Sargent was out, so to speak, and
right. And then
Greyhawk
Roger's like, I got a
didn't.
mess on my hands.
Exactly. Greyhawk
Yeah.
didn't get
Hey,
a
Michael.
shine more than a few years, and
Yeah.
then he was out again, and
Yeah.
Forgotten Realms was back in,
Yeah, Mike.
and so on.
It would
So
be more than
yeah.
1 year. It would
Hmm.
be a long time. This
Yeah.
fighting would go on in places for a long time. But
Yeah,
that's
but
okay. He
I
was
agree
setting it
with you.
up.
Yeah, that's a very likely plausible scenario for Carl Sargent's thinking. And we also don't
Yeah.
know if this was Carl Sargent's personal idea and he just wrote it in there, or if that was like a designed by
Right.
committee and then he wrote it. We don't know that, so or
Yeah.
at least I
Just
don't. Yeah.
that's what it always felt to me.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so all right. So you got the and here it goes. Giant troubles were called having some sages say that Tanari Powers took Tomoe freed from her prison in the Temple of Elemental Eagle by meddling the Robar, who hooked up with her, allied with Ayas, and drew forth the giants via agents in the Underdark. So, but we get that. So we're going to get a lot of these publications in the 25th anniversary. Against the
Hmm.
Giants is pretty good in that it has a whole
Yeah.
story with Cloud Giants and all. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's not bad. But like if you've already run the G series, which here's 90% everyone has, they're like, oh my god, I gotta run this again, right? And that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh my god, I gotta run this again. I just didn't have that happen. So, you know but
Yeah,
there's
we
a
also
lot of
got a lot
this.
of Ken Frank illustrations in this, and I
Right.
liked his illustrations.
Yeah.
I really do. They
Yeah,
are like
definitely.
that war scene and stuff are
They're
really good.
really good. Yeah,
Yep.
but this gave a lot of people agita. It gave me agita because I'm like thinking to myself, well, I ran this and now they're redoing this. I ran the Slavers, the A series. Oh my god,
Mhm.
now I got to do this. Over. I don't want to rerun stuff, and that's kind of what it felt like. It felt like, and I always said this about I getting back to the Thrommel thing in Temple of Elemental Evil. You do stuff in the adventure, and you always assume that the good guys should 90% of the time the good guys are going to be successful because that's what you run. It's good versus evil. This thing they've assumed the good guys have fucked everything up.
Well, they wanted to reduce the good to some, they wanted that point of light type of setting where you have a few good areas and then the rest is a lot of adventure
Second
areas.
age.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly. But that was probably more a
yeah.
decision, business
In fact,
decision,
the
so
more I
to
think
speak, to
about
do.
it, the Great
Yeah.
Kingdom breaking up is the same difference as Numenor sinking. Same
Oh yeah,
difference.
but I can also understand that because if
Hmm.
you have one gigantic country that
Hmm.
functions, that kind of eliminates
Right.
a lot of adventure and stuff. You want
Yeah.
small little
Right.
squabbly
Yep.
things that makes
So,
it easier
all
then
right,
you
I'm
can
off
have
my
little
soapbox.
warlords and all sorts of crap. So
I
from
said
a
my piece.
from a yeah from a adventure design perspective, I can see that having a lot of little things make it you break it up. The big pieces are boring, so to speak.
Yeah, I have no
Nairon and
problem.
Furiunde and Great Kingdom were boring in
I
that
have no
sense.
problem with the North Province and whatever the
Yeah,
South Province becomes and all. I think that having the North
yeah.
Province there is really good.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
that was start of the breakdown and Carl or breakup. Carl Sargent just accelerated what
but
was there,
my
so to speak.
question now
Yeah.
is it even possible to adventure in the Great Kingdom? I mean, in the
Oh yeah.
center area.
Oh yeah. Meaning I did for years. In the even the Undying gives tons of cool stuff. If you want to run a Game of Thrones where you have backstabbing, political intrigue, and stuff like that, it's prime real estate.
How? They're
United
all
Kingdom of Elis.
undead. Um,
No, I mean, come on, there are millions of people that live there. There's a few hundred undeads, and most of United Kingdom of Alyssa is not run by
is
undeads.
it all right? At this point,
Yeah,
uh, I'll take
yeah.
your word for it. I think
Oh yeah.
it's
I mean,
too far gone.
even the Undying points paints a wonderful, interesting, target-rich environment for a lot of cool campaigns. But it's not going out in the wilderness to find the ancient treasure and kill dragons. This is find the villains at courts and city courts and the provincial rulers and the bandit gangs and the cults and stuff like that. It's really really cool. Yeah.
It feels very apocalyptic to me, like completely.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Hmm. It was
Uh,
like the fall of the Roman
mm,
Empire kind of
yeah,
Greyhawk version.
yeah.
This, yeah.
So the Great Kingdom falls, and if it goes crazy,
Hmm.
slaughters thousands upon thousands. So let's see here. Scarlet Brotherhood pursued its own treachery. Yeah, so it says who were the biggest winners? Great Kingdom sought to exert its power. The Brotherhood did indeed support the Iron League secretly. The Father of Beings
Yeah.
wanted a buffer. All right. Well, far to the west, the Sea Princess capitulated. I hate that. That's one of the things I hate more than anything. On Wall and ID fell. Hate that, but that's okay. Sea Prince's lands and ports. The brother even sought to take Gradsul. Well, no, Sam, would you allow that? I don't think so. Not all the
Yeah,
Iron League was
he
lost.
was a bit. There was a bit too much chaos all over the place. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Great giant sandbox. Well, it can be a giant sandbox,
yeah,
Lando. It can be, but
yeah. Just because some
that
people
I
take
just ignore it.
advantage of the chaos doesn't mean that chaos go everywhere, because there are
Yeah.
rational people and
Yeah.
creatures in other places that don't fall for it. So yeah.
Good thing is, Anna, you and I don't have to worry about any of this stuff of what we're doing right now.
No, for
Doesn't
me it's like
happen.
it's now it's history. This happened like 20 years ago in my campaign, roughly.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about with the new project. We don't have to worry
Oh
about this stuff.
yeah.
It's not. We're
Then we
nowhere
are
near
even
this.
yeah.
We're
Then
nowhere near
then
this.
yep.
Scrap Brothers' problem is that their reach surpassed their grip. Yep, I agree with Tang. Way agree. Agree very much. All right, so.
Yep. Oh, Lando, that sounds difficult. You have a campaign set before or after. That would confuse me.
Yeah, that would drive me insane.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Cat subjugated Bissell back and forth, and that got played up a lot in Living Greyhawk. We talked about all that. Ready to trade, and Roblar said to be subduing the savages and raising a force, which might beset the free city. Nothing has ever happened with them. I know. Well, Roblar, something happens with him in Expedition of Ruins of Greyhawk, so that gets undone, but not Rary. So I hate that Yoland is giving help. That would never happen in my campaign with the Alliance going all the way back. So Nairon is still there. The theocracy's intelligent, harsh. Sunday still repulses all invaders because of its location. There you go. So.
And Lando, then you use two rule system. Oh, come on, you're much more cool GM or DM than me. Yep.
Yeah, no. But I better go for it, man. Yeah, and here it says lights dim, but they're not extinguished. So that's what's happening.
Yep.
These are dark ages indeed. Welcome to Greyhawk. Yeah.
Yep. But I think that was the whole idea, to turn it into a point of light type setting instead of the kind of the open setting.
Yeah, but forests and stuff, Wu-Tang are good to use, right? My point is, you're not going into Roxas and going, you know what? I'm going to retake this whole city block, and we're gonna live here. It's just like that's not happening. If you know what I'm saying.
Now you said it was an interesting adventure because that was one of the places that got nuked in this module. So that if you want to have like the aftermath wasteland campaign, go to Rossi's. Yep.
Yeah. Can't even imagine.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Now this is a lot of this.
Yeah. Now we get into the stuff that is the kind of because now we got the contentious new war stuff. Now we're coming into the more rehash of the old stuff, so to speak.
Yep. So there are reference cards. Reference card 2 lists dominant Rachel strains for major. Let me see if I have that here.
Yeah. See if you can. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Well, this is a reference card 1. Okay, here we go. This is reference card 1. This is much less in here than in the A3 box set on all this. Temperatures and rainfall this is it, right? That's it. A brief history timeline for the Flanaess is on that Reventure card 2. Is this number 2? This is it. It's just sideways. Yep. Races are all here on the side.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Just sideways on that. Okay. All right. Demi-humans. Still no real changes here. Halflings, gnomes, dwarves, elves. Right? With the different types.
This part of the news setting is not much less controversial because this is more like the rehash of the old. So it's
Sulwys, Flan, Ancient Veclunish, Old Iridian, Common, Feral, Nairon D said so. They did talk about some other ones that
I wouldn't be surprised if they snuck in a language or two extra, like feral or something that had been described before. That might have been added.
Carl's and Len's original
Oh, okay.
article.
Okay,
So
there
is
you go. Yep.
Lalandi.
Yep.
They're all in there, but they're not. Some of these didn't make the 83, and then they put them here.
Exactly. So they, yeah.
Yeah, they added a
Yeah.
couple.
Yep.
Yep. Like I don't think Keolandish is in here. No, Keolandish they took out. Here's Lendorian. See, this is Lendorian.
Keolandish is on this one on page 14.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, there it is.
And
Okay,
Lendorian and Keolandish are in here. So
I missed it.
And it seems like the descriptions are a bit longer here than they used to be. So yeah.
All right. Let's continue on here. Names and forms of address.
Yep. And now the Greyhawk tradition along with the heraldry that I really love. Yep.
And they do it by class, which is interesting.
Yep.
Wizards and priests. That's pretty interesting. Hey, Alcimane. Okay. Let's see here. Demi-humans. So they're actually, this is the first, they don't talk about this in the other ones, I don't think. Demi-human name, how lineages and names go. I don't recall that.
That might be Carl Sargent's affinity of the elves and stuff too. So he's more
Finding names are almost invariably romantic, flowery words.
Yep.
Huh. Another observation. Dwarves are refugees in Middle Earth. At that, dwarves are refugees, like driven out as refugees. He says it specifically here.
Yeah, he really wants to make it Greyhawk or Middle Earth like. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think he was a huge either that or they was a decision to make it more
just had a reference point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah. Yeah. Tuesday. Yeah. Definitely could not have this on Christmas Eve. I'd thrown out of the house. So.
Yeah.
Halflings use first surnames like gnomes. All right. So let's continue on here. Greetings and farewells. This is all new.
Yeah, which is, I think it's cool.
I spit on the old one.
Yep. I love these. These are good
Hands
ones.
in your pocket, size in your purse. Are you a thought? Is a half challenge or intimidation used by seniors of the Scarlet Brotherhood. Until the Starbreak is a farewell and oath of fidelity used among the barbarians. Huh.
Yep. I think Carlos usually uses that when he signs his blog posts and stuff.
You can't say this, Anna. May the axe grow great is an expression used by among exiled knights of the Holy Shielding.
Oh yeah. Oh, remember they still use it, but again, I'm trying to make lemonade out of lemons. Yeah.
Kill your father, eat your mother. That's funny. All righty. Forms of proper address.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yep, that's a lot of that. This is all in the 80 and 83, all that. Symbols and glyphs.
Yep.
We don't have a lot in here. Not a lot about
it comes the next page.
There they go.
There you go. And in my opinion, they are better. They're even a slight improvement since the first one, I think.
Oh, really?
I think they added a few or changed things. They're not exactly the same because someone listed them all and there are a few, but I like this setup too. So yeah.
Okay.
But they just rehashed and it's sad that Darlene didn't do the calligraphy and stuff for this one because that would have that's
she's
what I love about
out now, right?
Oh yeah, she's out.
Yeah, she was completely out at this point.
Yeah, just like Gary and others.
Just like a lot of people.
Oh yeah, the TSR's basically rehashed. It's they threw out everybody after 10 years. I think David Zeb Cook and a few others are the ones that managed to hang on longer.
So they did make a change here, and that is that copper is now 100 to 1 to gold when it originally was 200 to 1.
Yeah, Gary had this idea that some were 25, and if you read the Gord books, you get like a setup that was very different. I used to go with 100 to 100 to each, because that makes it much easier to count. And you also get much more diversification, because then means that if you have iron pieces and then platinum at the top, you get 1,000,000 platinum for the lowest coin, so to speak, for an iron drab if you do that. So I kind of like that, because that makes the platinum something that kings and emperors use in order to buy whole countries, so to speak.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But that was my decision to do that in my campaign. So,
All right,
but
I just
here
don't
they
look.
keep the standard D&D second edition coinage, is my guess, that they kept the same one from the player's handbook. Is my guess.
Okay. Trade in the Flanaess.
Yep.
So let me,
And they even have dark times and stuff. Yep. Batten down the hatches and stuff. So, yep.
There's general perception that peace is here for a time. Yeah,
They
well,
wanted to set the tone of a much grittier
yeah,
game, so to speak.
that's exactly
Yep.
it. That's exactly it.
Yep.
And like I said,
Yep.
you can take as much or as I mean, I implemented a lot of the wars.
And you can take a lot of this information without running the wars. Meaning you can take a lot of the NPCs and ideas from here and then implement them in your campaign in whatever capacity you feel like, so to speak.
Yeah, it's it's just something that each DM's gonna be a little different. You got a lot, and then the Marklands and Eyes of Evil really go over some detail in those areas.
And even the Undying, the 3 books that Carl Sargent, the 3 source books, and we also have to add the Scarlet Brotherhood by Sean K. Reynolds, and that was added late. Yeah, the Slavers, Slavers as well, because they are also source books in the same spirit.
Yep.
Detailing
I like
the
them
setting.
a lot. I really do.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
Slavers is out of all. I mean, Marklands, Eyes Evil, Slavers are all right there, all right together.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And even the Undying wasn't officially released; it just came out as a Word document. So it was.
Yeah, it barely. I mean,
and a
it came
couple of
out.
maps.
Some of it came out in Dragon Magazine. A little bit.
Yeah. The images came out, and then they released the whole thing as a Word document online.
Someone
after.
did. I don't
No,
know if
they
that was ever
officially did.
official. What's that?
Oh yeah, I think it was. Oh yeah, it was official. Yep.
All right. Laws of the lands. I mean, has peace really broken out? Yes and no. Yeah. There's also places where skirmishing is virtually guaranteed to continue. Pomars, Jeff and Sterich, Vesvi. Vesvi makes total sense. Felreeve, Rift Canyon, Great Kingdom, Ratic, Beaumarch. Yep. Okay. Well, that makes sense. No mention on Spine Castle at all. Nothing happened there. It wasn't fun.
Bone March are at least mentioned. So
it's mentioned, but I'm saying nothing major happened at Spine Castle during the war. I don't think. So that I mean, they didn't come out and attack anywhere. I mean, anywhere that we can see. So all right, lands of the Flanaess. Here we go.
Yeah, now comes the same, going over all the countries that we have done.
And some of them are going to have a lot of changes.
Yeah. Alyssa, for instance, Grey Kingdom, South Province. So
Yep.
And Olmor, Grey Kingdom.
Yeah.
Since Olmor was basically wiped out, so from the map, so it is a footnote.
Blackmore, no changes. So. Yeah, this says Ket is still taking over Abyssal, and that doesn't that doesn't happen long in Living Greyhawk, right? That's a retake.
No, but they invaded because they wanted to support IUs, and they were the ones that saw an opportunity, so they went for it, and they invaded.
Yep. Here's Beaumarch.
That's when Thornward became like Berlin, a divided city afterwards, and all that. So yeah.
Just see if it says anything here. It just goes all the way back to 560. It doesn't say anything about noon, and there's nothing new in the Beaumarsh there. Selene, can't stand it the way they did it, but hey, so be it. Selene, Lothlorien, same difference, right? You're not allowed in. Oh, but can we come in? Okay. I'm sorry. Right? That's Turn of the King. Did they come out of
Oh,
Moria?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you can come in. Yeah. So, all right. Divers, Sea Free Regions, Ekbeer, Frost
Good.
Barbarians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to
No.
hear, history prof. Yep. Now you can eat feast
Yeah.
for a week. Yep.
Yeah. You feel like $100? Did you sing Moon River? Just kidding. That's from a Fletch from Chevy Chase. Did you try and count? So every time I went under in all these surgeries, I said, I'm going to stay up awake as long as I can. I'm going to, they're to count. And they're like, yeah,
You,
all right, buddy, try 10, 9,
yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
So, Friendy. You know what? Someone do me a favor. I know I'm asking for it. What year was Return to Temple of Elemental Evil?
Oh,
That Monty Cook abomination. Moon River. We'll get Curtis comes on. We'll have him singing it. Grand Juchi Geoff. Stuff going on there. Grand March.
going to.
Here comes the Great Kingdom. Capital's down to 22,000 people, which is really low. Oh my God.
Yeah. Return to Temple of Elemental Evils 2001.
Oh, it's well after this. Well after this.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was after Living Greyhawk Gazetteer was published too. So yeah.
Oh, it just said my internet connection was unstable. What
yeah,
the hell?
I saw that the thing went a little bit haywire here too. Yeah.
I had a blip.
Yeah, it looked good
It
here
stopped,
until
and then
you
it
kind of
blipped.
dropped out.
It dropped, now it's back. That was weird. One sec. That was just weird because I dropped 5,700 frames and then it's back.
Yeah.
Weird.
And the zoom to me. Normally you can
It
drop
said
frames
my internet
without
was
dropping
unstable,
zoom,
and
but
that's
now
when I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now your bandwidth was low for a bit here.
Yeah.
So
something chunked it. All right. So now they're going to talk about all the sub areas here. North Province should be separate. I don't think it. Grenel's still alive and not yet undead. And here's the South Province, which is Alyssa. Yeah. Sea of Almar. It's passed from the map of the Flanaess. Is that in yours too, Anna? You don't have any Almor anywhere in the map? Yeah. Medesia as well. Excuse me. Let's see here. Ruler of Princess Althea. Here's the Horn Society. Yeah. Rumor continues to circulate that one or more unnamed hierarch managed to escape the slaughter. Well, yeah, probably just one. It's probably payback for Moon River. Yeah, they got me there, Pat. You couldn't finish all the prep drink? Wow. You just gotta go with it, man. You just gotta go for it. Just pretend. You should have pretended you were on Fear Factor and just done it, man. Come on.
Oh, I have the damn prep bag sitting here on the floor. I'm going to do it in when I get back from Page. We haven't set a date yet, but sometime soon. Yep.
Yeah. 12 ounces left. Damn. All right. Ice Barbarians ID. Yeah. So the local population is now ruled by a harshly Scarlet Brotherhood. Now we know that turns into Neri during Living Greyhawk, right? So they undo that. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Here comes IUs. These capitals are really low on population. That doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. Well, I want to read this. While Ayers was locked beneath Castle Greyhawk, his homeland was able to wait for its master because his proximate servants controlled the humanoid rabble. When he was freed in 570, a
Yeah.
great
Now
plan for
you.
Flanaess. What did I chunk again?
Yeah. Now your bandwidth is. Yeah. Yep. Really low. I get red
All right.
bars on Zoom here. So yeah.
There it goes again. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the census only counted the living. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think it does. We'll just keep on
Yep.
going. I'll keep an eye on it. It seems to be stable again.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Yeah, lost a lot of parts. Humanoids, armies. Yeah. Keeland. I mean, they lost some of their northern area, but not much. But they did lose some. But
Yeah.
they regained most of it in when Roger Moore comes around. So the Crook of Ral regains most of it.
Yep.
Ket. Not a lot's done with the Backloonish lands. There's always something that someone as a DM could do.
Yep.
So here we go. I want to read this.
Okay.
These islands have always been a mystery due to their native aquatic and high elves who kidnapped intruders into their realms and did not release any to tell tales. That's the upper island, right? There's a right.
Yeah, the Spindrift. The Spindrifts.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
In 583, the elves moved swiftly to subjugate Lendor Isle.
Yep.
Offering the humans safe passage to the Sea Barons, Lordship Isles, Medesia, or elsewhere. So they're ethnic
They
cleansing
take over the
isle.
whole place. Yep.
Oh my god.
And I didn't like that either.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The entire island chain is now shrouded in magical fogs and illusions which form an almost unnavigable barrier to the outside world.
Yep.
I mean, this tops. Tops of the stupidity.
It's Sargent setting up for the New Havens of Elvendom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's just. I guess you can't run Secret of Bone Hill anymore. If you wanted to run that, your time had passed. Lendor Isle humans become exiles. It's just, oh my god. Yeah, that's not cool. And if you're an elf, you magically start knowing that the language is okay. Yeah. Lordship of the Isles, that gets all taken over by the Sea Prince, Scarlet Brotherhood. Sorry. What was wrong with Return to Elemental Evil? It exists. Okay. Prof, let's put this on the best perspective I can. Soapbox time. All right. I am Connor McLeod, and I go through that whole first movie, and I take the Kurgan out. I watch Connery's character get, I'm not there. For some reason, I'm off when that happens, right? Connery's by himself with his wife, and I don't know. We don't know where Connor McLeod is when the Kurgan attacks that night, right? I take the Kurgan out of that movie, okay, and I get all these powers, and I'm now mortal, okay. Then I find out a few years later that I'm not even from Earth. I'm from the planet Zeist. And we came on these spaceships all this time ago, right? You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like, what the fuck, right? You get it? Yeah, exactly. You understand where I'm going? There's some things you do not make sequels to. Temple of Elemental did not need a return with Farazdan behind the pulling the strings and all that. It's terrible. Okay, you get my yes. There you go. Now you understand.
Yep.
Yeah. This is the cruelest cut. Yeah. I mean, and it was all about. Second movie was all about climate change, and they put a shield up over they couldn't see the stars. It was just, oh my God, it was awful. Oh my God. It was the most disappointing night of my life. We had a whole group of people, like 12 people. We're like, oh my God, there's going to be a sequel to Highlander. It's going to be great. We're like, what the hell is this? Oh my God.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh,
I've seen the first one,
Anna,
I
you'd
think
be
back
like,
in
what? You have to watch the first one, then watch the second one
Mhm.
right after it to understand how bad it is. I mean, it is so
Okay.
bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Rob, we paid money. I'm sitting in the theater and watch it till the end.
I
Maybe,
wasn't that into the first one either.
oh my
So
God.
yeah.
But see, that's what I mean. Some
Mhm.
movies don't deserve sequels, right? Some shouldn't have one. Like, I'll
Yep.
give you an example of a movie that didn't get a sequel, and thank God it didn't. They Live. Okay, Roddy Piper gets killed. They all get killed at the end. Sorry if it's a spoiler, but they're successful and showing that the aliens have taken the planet over, right? And it's kind of comical at the end. Imagine making a sequel after that. Everyone follow me? Okay. So certain adventures don't need sequels. ah, yes. Try to watch it. The frat house not really drunk enough. You should have done. If you did acid, you may have gotten through it, Rob. I'm just telling you for that movie. Exactly. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Cash grab is the right word. All right. I'm sorry, but I
Yep.
had to explain
It's
the
good. Now we
yeah
know. Yep.
that's why I equate Return of Temple of Evil to, and I'll tell that Monty
Mhm.
Cook's face one day that it
Mhm.
was, yeah, it's just like the planet Zeist, and yeah, you got it.
Yep.
Swordmaster Highland series. Let's have to watch together.
Now he's hopefully
There you
gone
go.
a long time enough
Yeah,
past that he can laugh at that too. So yeah.
yeah. Well, Piper. Yeah, they live. They live, and then they all die, and that's it. And then a great ending. Yeah. Some things do not deserve sequels. Okay. Nyrond. King Dunstan. Uh, Nyrond holds its own. Here come the Ulman Isles down there on wall. It's taken over. We know
Mhm.
that one good thing about this is A0 takes place there, right? It takes place near there or whatever that just north of it's part of the slaver route and all. So if you want to do the A series again, Skip Williams creates A0. You have A0 through A4 now. So you can do that all over again because you're gonna have to. Or you can just run the slavers like we did. So Theocracy of the Pale
Mhm.
gets really, really over, crazy as far as religious intolerance. But hey, that's the way he wrote it. I kind of like, I like and you saw how I took it to another level with the Dimry people on an adventure a couple weeks ago. I think, all right, I'll run with this. Even though I hate it, I'll run with the lawful evil Fultians. It worked. It was fun. So, first Highlander was good. Steve was here. Yeah. Yep. You got it. Yeah. Sometimes you got to come up with new ideas. Yeah. And that's one thing I'll give M Night Shyamalan a lot of credit. Some it's tough. It's tough to beat the Sixth Sense, right? But then he tried to come up with these cool supernatural ideas. He tried. He tried more of them. Signs is a good story, right? And stuff. But like he didn't do a sequel to frickin' the Sixth Sense, right? He just didn't do it. So now he did a sequel to Unbreakable, which is pretty cool. Though it was got the job done. Okay, Parentland. Parentland's becoming a favorite of a lot of adventuring people. I know Mike likes it a lot, and I know a lot of people
Oh
online
yeah.
love Parentland, which is cool. It's got
Yeah.
its isolation area, so it's
Mhm.
kind of in its own little pocket, but
Yep.
it's got some bad things around there, and it's always got so it's got good points and bad points there. Yeah. Okay. Plains of the Paynhams. Alrighty, the Pomars.
Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
if you read the Slavers, you're going to be disappointed because Tarash Mack is a fraud. If you read the Slavers book, it's just some doofy-looking half-orc named Theg Narlet who has his. Now, how many people have that, and how many people actually have a Tarash Mack existing?
I remember reading on the Greyhawk email list, there were pages and pages of discussions of this when
Right.
after a few years after this had come out.
Right. It's a tough
They were
call. I mean,
discussing what the nature of Turusmak, was it real or whatever. Yeah, so it was
right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Curtis,
Hello.
cool, man. I'll send you a Discord message, Curtis. Yeah, let me send it right now. All right. Alrighty. Where are we? Rotic.
Yep. Another place that seems to be very popular to go adventuring in Ratic.
A lot. All right. A lot of the places that are popular to adventure in were not obliterated during From the Ashes.
Mm-hmm.
Rotic wasn't obliterated during From the Ashes, but it's got some challenges, right?
Yep.
That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Is that there's places that were. I mean, look, I've adventured a lot in the Shield Lands. Reclaiming the Shield Lands has been a lot of fun, but it's just Rotic was kind of isolated and kind of.
It's on the wrong side of the map. You can't go there.
Yeah, I can't go there, but a lot of
Yeah,
other
it's
people do.
way too far away.
It's way too far away.
It's the wrong end of the wrong side of the map. So on the wrong
Narwhal's
map.
a little too far away for me, even because you got the Narwhal Headhunter campaigns going on there, which is pretty good. Rovers, a pathetic remnant of Rovers still clings to survival in the waste. So and
they were also mistreated, I think, badly here.
Yeah. Tim's trying to undo that with his gaming
Yeah.
there. And look, the Scarlet Brother gets a lot of discussion here. Yeah. I don't have any problem with them gaining control of a lot of fleets in southern waters down there. It's in their wheelhouse.
Around in their own backyard, I can totally understand it, but the rest,
but not
no.
the Sea Princes.
Yeah.
And Mike agrees on that. So the Sea Barons are far enough away that they did not get taken over by the Scarlet Brotherhood, and they're into raiding a lot. Yeah, here's the Sea Princes. Yeah, of the 30 leading nobles, 27 were dead at the hands of assassins within a week.
Yep, that sounds
So yeah, but Wu-Tang, yeah, I mean, but I don't know if there's any Luke has his Ulcarum. It's kind of loosely based on it because he couldn't, it's on his own company, so he can't write actual Backloonish. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Can't write actual, not yet Backloonish adventures, but we'll see. So maybe we may get. You never know what'll happen next year or so. And we got Shieldlands. Homer gets gassed, and it's just. Talks about where they all are in exile as the game goes, as your game progresses. Well, you have to decide how much of the Shieldlands is gone. When and Roger Moore's Ad Munford gets retaken and crit wall and a small area around it, and then you spread out from there. So, yeah, and that's not that long after this, time wise, because you're gonna you run 5-9. All right, so all this stuff ends in 580. I want to say 5. Let's see, it's 82, 83, 84, 585 packed. 586, 87, because 590 is year 2000, right? So in that, so there's not a lot of time in between that. So Roger Moore's book probably is a year or two after, not that long after the war's end.
No, he just tried to reestablish.
He tried to do a reset. Got rid of, the Crook of Ral banished a lot of, and we could talk about that in the future.
Oh yeah,
what changes that made. That's a good thing to discuss.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Shieldlands, Snow Barbarians are still there.
And then we have Mike's favorite, All. Yep.
Darich, Stonefist.
Yep.
Sunday 10. 10 gets brutalized. I mean, brutalized
Oh yeah,
here.
10 is 10 and Olimar are completely. They're like a doormat. They get walked over completely
Yeah.
and obliterated.
But 10
Yep.
gets even more brutalized in the
Oh yeah.
in the Living Greyhawk era.
Yeah.
And the Ulick states.
Yeah. 10 seems to be the Poland of Greyhawk.
More
That
like,
has been had more wars, but now Poland is strong, so stronger than ever. So yeah. So you never know. 10 might come back in Greyhawk. You never know. They might have a new grand era again. You never know. Yeah. There's something to have in your campaign. You can have a strong 10 coming back.
Yeah. So, like, in Principality Ulick and Living Greyhawk ones, you got all these keeps and all. Well, you should have done them on the river, not in the mountains now. So there.
Yep.
Which we did. Ernst, then you got the Ernst locations. Valley of the Mage, no changes. Right,
Yep.
whatever's happening there is the same.
Yeah, Ernst were also very untouched. They are the most untouched of all the nations, I think, in during the war.
Well,
In this,
Valuna too. Valuna's
yeah,
very,
yeah, Valuna and the Ernst are like Valuna was touched a little bit over in the west, where the Ket came in and the Kedites came in,
right.
and they took a little bit of Valuna too.
So, Wolf Nomads. There we go. Yeomanry.
Yeah,
Not much happened there, but
yeah, they are also very away from stuff. So yeah.
Zeef. Zeef is and Dickerus does a
Mm-hmm.
lot of adventuring in Zeef, which is really
Yep.
cool
Mm-hmm.
for them. So,
And then there have been separate entry for the free regions, Divers,
yeah, that's just
Greyhawk,
kind of a
and
cool
so on.
idea to do that.
Yeah, they separated them out
Yeah,
because they're not proper states or
yeah.
countries. They're just little
But
statelets.
see,
Yeah.
this says that for Greyhawk, it says go to see the Free City Greyhawk box set.
Mm-hmm.
And you got High Folk, and you
Yeah.
got Divers. And Divers, you can do Divers appears in Slavers again too, but with terrible map in it. But at least it's a
Yeah.
map.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Gate's in here, which is cool.
Yeah.
Relastra,
Yep.
Verbalbank.
Yeah. And a tiny bit of Wild Coast free
Yeah,
cities.
yeah. And then we got the water borders. What time we got? 8:30. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, now comes all the geography that been from both the folio and the box set, especially the box set had all the different lakes and waters and forests and all that stuff.
So
And the trees are in here that they were originally in the beginning of the book. Now
yeah.
they're behind here, the trees of the Flanaess, which kind of makes sense to have it just near to the section of forests. So yeah.
They got a lot of there's a lot of detail in here. Lots of
Mm-hmm.
details. Hill ranges. Let me continue.
Yeah.
We won't go over any of this because I want to see if I can get to the next book.
Oh yeah, but yeah, this is kind of a rehash for the most
Yep.
part.
Where is that? It's a Ken Frank.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the heck that is. Yeah. But it's really cool. So now we have to decide where that is, so to speak.
It's like I always what's the capital of Ket? Lapola.
Lopola. Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe it's Lapola. It's got to feel
Yeah.
like Backlunish. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's now there's a place in Greyhawk with houses like this, so we need to find out.
Yes, but yeah, that's the thing is where.
Yeah. I love the
right.
chimney that sticks out on the low one. There's like one going out on the side of the building.
All right,
Which
here
is really
comes
cool.
these fading lands.
Yeah.
Right. So so this is the area. This is places of mystery. Okay. This is where this is really cool. This discussion point here. Hey Wayne, good to see you. All right. Several places in the Flanaess where fading lands overlap with the prime material plane. So fading lands have their own internal logic or magical function or physical causality. So the plains of Buttle August, the Fairy Court of Rings, assets somewhere within the Welkwood. So here's where the Sealy Court hunt. So there you go. So the Fey realm is finally discussed right there.
This is the entry in second edition. They start, and then fourth edition got really into the Fey, the Sealy and Unsealy and all that stuff.
The Crypt of Iron Souls, somewhere below the Glory Holes, which that name changes in fifth edition. The Mines of
Yep.
Damathion and the Struck Mounds. There's some area. All right, the Buteus cone. I can't pronounce that properly. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
of the Bucklaran. So, all right.
Hang on a second. Is
Is
that
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 it?
is probably what's on the picture?
You
Yeah.
think so? That's it?
Yeah, that might be.
Wait a minute.
So it's like
Yeah, but these are yeah,
dwarven.
but why would there be windows and stuff?
Yeah.
These were whittled down by millennia, weathered in isolated pinnacles.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that
no,
doesn't make
yeah, it's
sense.
just
No, no.
ironic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. The Hanging Glacier of Alisadran. I always like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you know where it is? It's in the Korisks.
Yep. I
Jadis.
put it on my map
Yep.
somewhere up there. So yep.
Other
It's
cool. Here, the Moonarch. Oh. Yep. It's a demi-plane.
yep. Mm-hmm.
The Singing Stones of the Vessi.
Yep.
Another cool location. Lots of detail. This is all good stuff. It's all good. It's all, added areas of mystery. I would have taken an update with limited warring and more of this, right? That's what I would have loved. Which you'll get more of this in the second book. I'll explain shortly. Storm Lake of Imedio. Ship of Fools. Yep. A Zagging Trap.
Yep.
The Blood Obelisk of Arity.
Yep.
This
It's an
terrible artifact
interesting one.
exists with its own fading land.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Don't go there. The Caves of Deadly Shadows. It's in the Yatels. Yep. Some fun areas. The Stone Citadel of Dawn. And so here now they'll tell you after that to tell you all locations of adventures, which yep, and also the repackaging of them, like Scourge of the Slave Lords and only 1 to 4. I want to see something. So they say the secret of Bonehill and Assassin's Island are set in the human Lendor Island Hex B78, but it's not human anymore. And it tells
Yeah.
you how to, yeah, all right.
The whimsical Dungeon Land and Magic Mirror, they also, yep.
Yeah, set in the same hex as Free City Greyhawk.
Yeah, which to me is too bizarre. They don't seem to have anything to do with Greyhawk.
No, they don't, but they are both mentioned in Expeditions Ruins of Greyhawk, and
Gotcha.
there's planar connections to them in Castle Greyhawk.
Gotcha.
Yep,
There you go. Yep.
They get the Realms of Horror, showing where all those are, Temple of Mental Evil,
Yep.
and then Tharsden, Mordkain's Fantastic Adventure. So, okay, even to put where Puppets is. Isn't that great, guys? That's just so
But the good thing,
yeah,
but this is good because when the 83 box set it came out, most of this was not published, but now it is. So, yeah.
Flash will be one Howl from the North. There you go. So it tells you almost where everything is that has been published to this date and time.
Yep.
Even Child's Play.
Yeah, I went over this and tried to do my best to put it in the right spot on my map. So, yep.
And wait, what authors? Like the setting or just the classic modules? Which one are you talking about? What authors? All right. Tales of is there more? These are reports. These are more reports and rumors, which are really good.
Yep.
Let's go through these real quick. Okay. So, the Horror of the Vespi, I took on that, and you guys know how much I love Facilos, right? And this is the first sighting of one. And here, let me go to one of the cards. This is the back, and this is supplements to the second editions that comes in here. All these are in here. You can add them to your monstrous compendium. The Abyss Bat, Baron Goen. the Flanaess. Now, there's 2 types, greater and lesser. Now, note something here. There is a spell here. Like, you think you have all the Priest of Ayuz spells? There's a spell from a Priest of Ayuz on the back of this. It appears nowhere else. And that's here. Create Flanaess. Right? And it's 6th level. And that's as high as Ayuz priest can get. So that is the only place you can find this spell. So note that if you have a Priest of Ayuz, that's where you got to get it from. All right. So then we got my favorite monster of all time, one of mine, the Lossels. If I didn't have Murlocs running around Greyhawk, my areas, I'd have Lossels all over the place. Okay, so I love Lossels. So annoying. Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
And they also have the black Treant, Lyranikin.
Yep.
Lyranikin,
Yep.
yeah, which I think is another cool one.
Darrow.
Yeah, and it's a good illustration too. Yep.
Got some good supplements here. The Animus.
Yep. But you don't like the Animus.
I have no
not too
problem
many
with the
of them.
Animus. Just a little too many of them.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Like if 10 of them were Animuses, or a dozen, or 13.
But they were probably about 400 or 500 or
50,
something. But they started a manufacture of them in Rossi's.
Yeah. Just like, oh my God. But that's okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem at all with the Animus. And obviously the Animus is probably a Carl Sargent creation. So
that's my guess too.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Varangoan and Abyss Bats, yes. They're
really cool. Yep.
Yeah, there's all different types of them. Think of oh my God. Not imps. All the different mephits. Think of mephits, but a little bit nastier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big abyssal bats. Yep.
Yep. 2nd edition monster. All right, back to this. Still in the first book. Trouble with Grung, the Plague, the Wrathful Sword. Yeah, another one, and this is the Felreeve, which is really cool. A +4 sword of sharpness, super rare. Normally swords of sharpness are +1. Skirmish and Sterich. The Crook of Ral is right here.
Yep.
Yep. Veluna's Cannon Haze is desperate to have the artifact and is said to be looking for powerful adventurers to travel to Royal Astra and back. So guess what? Let me see what it says here. The Crooked Staff is a +3 variety of special powers. So it doesn't say what it does, but this is where Roger Moore's like, oh, I can use this. Because remember, the Crook is also in Mordenkainen's Fantastic Adventure. So this is just a trade adventure where you go to Hazen and make the deal. Draken's Grab Conclave. That's in the Pomarsh. Winter of Hunger, the Gamboge. Death from the Sea, along the southeastern villages, seashore villages south of Gradsel. Animated corpses. This is I've done this all the time. This is a Drowned Ones. This is a Drowned Ones encounter. Half crazed priest of Nerol who layers in the southern. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Fog on the Waters. That's Evil Rennie. Book of the Griffin. It's Ket Merchant. Ket. Yeah. Lots of cash and delivery. See, this is all plot hooks, which is really cool.
Yep. This is something that was not in the folio or the 3-box set. Was. But this is, so in that way, it's more of a gaming aid than the earlier books were.
Prisoner in the Iron Castle.
Yep. So,
notice he says the Circle of 5 here. Return of the 8 is not out yet by Roger Moore. Another fix Roger Moore had.
Yep. And it now you're on the general rumors page. Yeah.
These are general rumors for the whole area. Right? So what time we got here? 8:42.
Yep.
Okay. So, commoners are hanging anyone wearing a red cloak. So Little Red Riding Hood's in trouble. Out of fear of the Scarlet Brotherhood. Not quite true. Yeah. great standing waves of water have been seen off Dullstrand. Several tribes of Arakakra, Larian, and the Yattles have sent leaders to Eiffel for meetings. Monstrous bats have been seen flying over the eastern Vespi, that is the Varangoan. So, great stone tower on the inner walled city of Mitric. King Archbold of Nyrond is ailing. Are all utterly untrue. The Balkwood's been lit with strange magical lights of late. Yeah, these are all things you can develop on your own. So, okay, let's see here. Fiends have been seen plundering the rage ruins of Chatold. The Chancellor of Grandmarch disappeared. Yes, but he just on his own.
Yeah.
All over a woman. Yeah. There's a schism in the royal house of Selene. First of all, Knights of Luna are gone forever soon. So,
Oh, you mean they never existed? Yeah.
who's the head of Knights of Luna, Anna?
The Knights of Luna.
Who's the head of Knights of Luna?
Oh well, in this isn't it
Melf.
Prince? Yeah, Prince Brightflame. Yep.
Not gonna happen soon. He's like, I didn't do this. Yeah, so that's gone. Roll of Skulls, which is a really cool idea.
Oh, but this is after, so we don't know because it's.
So he's gonna ditch everything we're doing, and he's gonna go. I'm gonna go back to Selene and be a tool.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
No, but we don't know. What I'm saying is that we don't know. If something is said in 576, that means that 585 is unwritten. So we have no clue.
I got it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We don't know.
Which is good. It's kind of good, but he's not going to want that.
Yeah, no, but we don't know. So that's what I'm saying. That is said in 576, and we have no clue what happens afterwards. So
BB,
this might happen.
I have my own Selenian knighthood that predates all this crap by 10, 15 years. All right, so let's see. Road of Skulls, Belvoir has named a Grand Marshal to oversee the Northern Front. Gemian, that actually gets developed more in Eyes of Evil and Marklands. All right. Strange Borealis has been seen over the Rift Canyon.
Yep.
Many barges have been seen heading across the narrative toward Ad Munfort. Some of that's just before Ad Munfort's been retaken. So.
Now we know how they took Ad Munfort. The Rennie did
I love elves. I love elves. That I hate the Knights of Luna. I love elves. Love them. In fact, how many lady new players are not from Selene in my game? All of them have characters, like multiple characters from Selene. Elves and half elves. I know you're busting my stones. All right. How do powers look upon mortals?
Yeah. This is a very interesting chapter or section where you talk about the religion from a lot of interesting. Yeah. They wanted to introduce a lot about specialty priestess for Greyhawk in this, so that comes here.
Yeah, but I also think that they were trying, like he's talking about how involved are the deities going to be in all this.
Yeah, he wants to set that's part of setting the tone of the setting. And the
answer is not that much, unless you have blue skin. Sorry.
Well, IUS is very involved, and Cuthbert is still involved.
Right, but they were always involved. I mean, IUS and Cuthbert show up at the end.
I mean, he didn't change that. That was still part of Greyhawk. Is still part of Greyhawk.
And they show up at the end, and they parlay. In that adventure. So, yep. So we're just talking about the deities, graders, intermediates, demi, lesser, and then the avatars. So. Legend lore will know that powers can manifest themselves as avatars, projections of their power. So there's the change right there. You're not fighting the deities themselves. You're fighting the avatars of the deities at that point.
Yep.
From that book. So that's.
And then there's some mechanics about specialty priests and stuff. What they're how to become
Well, yeah.
one, and
So what they've done here, and this is where you go to an update. So, for example, this is going to give you your spheres here,
yep.
starred or lesser. So they're only up to third level spells, and then beyond that, like, so for example, for if you're doing Biori, majors are animal, divination, all elemental, healing, plant, protection, sun, weather. There you go.
Hmm.
You know, if you're doing that, and then you have your lessers. So then they have priesthoods. They give like their special abilities here too. I'll talk about the priests, which is cool. And you can build off of that, you know, or you can just go with this and use general spell lists. Uh, I think Jackson absolutely overdoes it. Yeah, well,
Yeah, but oh, sorry.
what about fighting eyes, Lord for? So I don't think in my lifetime I am going to have my characters ever fight Ayus. I just don't think that's the direction I want the campaign to go. Now they might fight. They've fought Boneheart members before. They've actually fought a couple greater Boneheart members.
Hmm.
But I don't think they're going to fight Ayus. I don't think that's the, you know, just what do you do after that? You know, if I'm 92 years old and I know I got 3 weeks left to live,
That's when you will do it.
maybe, maybe,
Yeah.
you know, it's just,
And then the fate will come, and they will put some new drug in you, and you will live
yeah,
another 5 years. And what the heck do you
exactly.
do then? Yep. Mhm.
No, yeah, exactly. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that sadness, I think Jackson absolute overdose perfection of elves in the movies. I think, and now people have to correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, when you read the Tolkien book, is that the Lord of the Rings book is that they are written from the perspective of the hobbits seeing elves, and they see them as perfect and all that. And I think that's the spirit that Peter Jackson is trying to establish. So the elves are seen as perfect, so to speak, by mere mortals and like humans and especially the hobbits, that are the people that the story is told by, so to speak. So that's my internal rationalization of it, so to speak, because otherwise I also think it's a little bit overboard. But yeah,
Okay, cool. All right. Excuse me.
I hope I will be playing at 92. Yes. I so hope that I will
I
play in
have a minor
22 years.
announcement, everyone, at the end, and so kind of funny. Because you can tell I'm in a little bit of a mood, but
Hmm.
I'll tell you why. So Erythnol Farland, what we got? Oh, 851. All right, so let's just finish this up here.
Yep. Hmm.
Erroneous, still using
Yeah, and
axes,
yeah, and now they
extra.
come with more mechanics, so now you can tell something about that priest and stuff from his
Right,
side.
right, which is good because this is the
Hmm.
era of the second edition specialty priest, which is perfect. Um, you know, you know, it gives the most deity, like like the most flavor of a Greyhawk deity worshiping priest at any time, in my opinion, because you got a lot of options and effects that are. Here's Tritharion. Tritharion peaks here, then just disappears. After second edition, really,
Yep.
really just goes off an end.
Was Mayaheen detailed before this?
Mayaheen's in here. No, this
Oh
is
yeah, it's in here, but was she in? I don't think she was in the earlier one, so she's
so.
new.
Wait a minute. So Mayaheen was probably wait a minute. Brian's probably after this in the demigods.
Because
Sargent,
I saw her.
Zulch's demigods I use.
Yeah,
Mayaheen there.
Mayaheen on page
Yeah.
94. So yep.
So
Hmm.
yeah, Mayaheen's first appearance. Mayaheen's a demi power of protection and survival. Rose from immortal ranks as an epic hero, a paladin of Palor. She does
Yep.
not originate from Earth and has traveled with Palor's aid for some unknown alternate world in the prime material. Why you have to do that, I don't know, but
Exactly. That is one thing that just
yeah,
thinks is ridiculous. Yeah.
yeah, I agree
I
as
don't
well.
like it.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
like
don't.
it either. I don't like
Mm.
Philidor. I think that I have that Mayheen is a demigod Paylor, right? And that just you don't need to know those details because Mahine is a popular Mahine's picked up especially in Harby. There's a lot of Mahine worshiping. So, yep. All right. Didn't the Queen of Vespi say something like "eyes of no consequences"? That's not the Queen. That is Calendrian Wu-Tang, who is the seer at the land of the timeless tree. Now, I gave a trivia question to my players on Saturday during the game. And here's my trivia question. Korg's character, Elwyn, his fighter necromancer, is 660 something years old. How many published sourced elves in all of Greyhawk are older than him? And the answer is 0. Not one. Including Calendrian. She's slightly younger than him. So does that tell you something about? Yes, that tells you some. Don't worry about it, Wu-Tang. It's just my area of expertise with the elves and Vespi Forest especially. So which makes still because in the Dungeon Master's Guide, elves can be almost 2,000 years old. Where are they all? Don't tell me they're all dead from wars. So but then Sargent is having a 200-year-old elf, Serenalil, who's a knight of High Folk. Is there a knight of High Folk or a knight of the heart of Firendi? One of the two. It depends on what you read. He's got the moonbow already. He's only 200 years old, and he's got the moonbow being summoned to frickin' Lendor Isle by Sargent. Now, why is that? Why is a 200-year-old elf getting summoned to go to Lendor Isle? Makes no sense. You understand what I'm saying? Sargent's a little all over the place with some of the things he was doing. Wouldn't you think that it would be an older elf that would get summoned to Lendor Isle, not a 200-year-old elf? Kind of makes your argument for demi-human level limits due to potential ages seem even sillier. Rob, if you want to do level limits, go for it, right? But I just was not a fan. I like the possibility that the demi-humans can get as powerful as humans. You just got to be very, got to have balance and everything.
In the beginning, it wasn't a problem because we never passed 5th level, so that
Right,
never.
right.
And then we moved into 2nd edition, and we never thought about anything about the.
Finish the book.
Yep.
So.
Perfect time.
Shall we do my special screw you announcement? Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have the campaign book for future.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So hold on one second.
Yep.
I'm going somewhere.
Uh-oh.
We're going to the Guinness Book of World Records. Longest campaign recognized.
I was going to go. I thought you were going to visit him in Canada. When you say going somewhere.
It's run by Robert Wardall and it's been ongoing since 1982, lasting over 43 years. Okay. Yeah. This is the Guinness Book of World Records front page. Well, guess what? I submitted to break this record yesterday. Saying yes, I did.
Wow.
I've had enough of this bullshit. So so I submitted that, and I have saying I have documentation and witnesses and all that prove that mine is 2 years older than his. F him. I've had enough of it. So there you go. Just so you're all aware.
That's awesome. Hopefully you will get a recognition from this. Yeah.
Here's where they're going to get me. Because according to his little record, it says the oldest D&D campaign homebrew. Now, I'm going to say, well, mine's the Knights of Ulick. It's not Greyhawk. It never, since 1980. We'll see. But if they're going to screw me over, that's where they're going to do it. So, yeah. But just so you're aware, look, he's holding his plaque and certificate and everything. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that D&D has any record. So kudos to him for that. Yep.
Well, Moose, thank you. Well, I did it myself.
And to his defense, he probably didn't know about you when he.
He's known long enough.
Oh, okay.
He's known long enough.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm
not pure enough. That's right, Dad. I'm a dick. So yeah.
Okay.
So just so you're aware, I did submit that and
Yeah.
put it under an expedited
Hopefully
request.
there will be two records now, the
What?
previous longest and the newest
Yeah.
longest, so to speak. Yeah.
I hasn't gotten to that point yet, Prophet. So I only submitted yesterday
Yeah.
because I was in
So
one of
they,
those moods yesterday, and I said enough. When I saw that,
yeah.
I said
So now you will
I
see
have it.
what the response will be.
I put
And
into
yeah.
my writings that I've been dealing with this since 2017 because of one, that Popular Mechanics article and video, that all
Mhm.
those other outlets were all lazy, and they
Yeah.
reset,
Mhm.
reset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And now there will be
yeah.
another one because it's on the
So
front page of Guinness World Records.
yeah,
There will be another go around.
Wu
Yeah.
Tang. I'd be if I'm the Pepsi, I'd be happy, but I want the Pepsi to be able to be drank somewhere, and not just out there in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, we'll see. All right. Plus, there's other things going on. We have momentum. I'm riding on some momentum too, and that's part of the fun. Okay, so Anna, what's going on?
There will be a mapping stream Friday, and I'm working on getting my yearly end of year post, looking into a little bit what I've done, but the main part looking forward to what I want to do next year. And yeah, and then working hard on prepping for a page to get some. I have most of the my seminar stuff done. Now it's prepping for the game because I want to run the my Alpha 2, my new version of Hawk Tales, updated version. So I need to
Cool.
publish some documents about that. So that is ready for that. So yep, yep. Thank you, Wu-Tang. Yeah, I've been having this since like April or more than 6 months on every stream, so I can tell the trolls that I'm a fan. Yep.
Thanks, Mike. Good to see you.
Yep.
Mike
Awesome.
rating in. Yeah, I was going
Yep.
to rate into you, Mike. So I'm going to have to set someone else up. I think we're going to do. I got one to do. So everyone sit tight, please. We're gonna exclamation point drawing for any of the new people who came in with Mike Disney. We're gonna do a Tarvine belt signed by me from Troller Games because I got writing in it, and N1 or S4. And if you have them both, Angry Grizzly mini painting. Good to see you. If you have those, all these will get you other things. I have Troller gift certificates as well. We can do so. All right, Anna. Well, that's good. So we'll see you if you day
Yep.
after Christmas. You got
Mm-hmm.
nothing going on, then
Yeah.
check that
The
out on
so-called Boxing Day, but that I guess it's a British term. Yep.
Canadian too.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yep. All right. So our game is on next game Saturday at 11. So right now we have Myriad, Star, Rob Phantom. We got Vamp in. Chad's in too. So I got 4. So I'm
Cool.
good, but I may add 1 or
Yep.
2 more. Right, just so you're aware. Delusional Misgivings. I may change the name. So it's the 30th though. Okay, yeah. Patrick would know, and but it is sometime before the end of the year, I believe. But yeah, that'll be the only, and then we'll have something on. We'll have a Gavin on Sunday night. I
Yep.
think it won't be a problem, but I think it'll start at 8, not 7. All right, 8
Oh,
o'clock
for
start.
Gavin.
Gavin will start at 8, not 7. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Yep.
yeah, a lot of you probably know why, but yeah, Boxing Day's 26. There you go, Karen. All right. You're in Canada, then you would know that definitely. So, all right. We'll see who else is playing in that. All right. We'll do the giveaway here. Exclamation point, Keith. I think you're in. Thanks all for coming on a Tuesday. I really appreciate it. And enjoy your holiday. I'm going to be all over the place tomorrow. Got to go to my mother's. Then we're going out to eat with friends for Christmas Eve. Then we'll have the Christmas Eve, some people over at Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Then we'll have a bunch of other people over Christmas Day. So I'll
wow.
be.
Yeah, we're gonna have Christmas brunch. That's the only big thing that is with family.
Thanks,
So
Wolf.
that would be nice. Yep.
Yeah, Wolf. I was a little up. That a lot of that had to do with that. That I was like, you know what? I've had enough of this, and I just said, I filled out the document, and I filled out all the
But there will be an
documentation.
interesting thing to see how this will develop, so to speak, what they will ask for and how this will.
Rob, he is, but I'm going to go into D and D with D because she's running a fundraiser. So I'm gonna go into her D&D with D because she's running a fundraiser event. So I appreciate that
Yep.
suggestion. Thank you very
Thank
much.
Blades.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So let's see who wins tonight, and then. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Closing it out. The winner is Blades.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Blades, you in the continental U.S. Let me know. Blades, if you winner, how about Tarvine Belt and one of my favorites, it's called the Reptile God, a great adventure. Let me know if that's good. And I don't know if I have your address. I may be able to get it out tomorrow as well. So just let me know on that, and I will make sure that this is a signed copy by me of that. Thank you, Troller Games, for all the support. I haven't seen Chuck in a while, but so it is what it is. But, all right, Blade. So I have your full name and address. Have I sent you? I'm going to the Whisper now. Yeah, please put that in the Whisper, please. I got your email only, full name and address, and I'll get that right out to you. Okay. Alrighty. Anna, thanks for hanging.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone for watching this. Yeah.
Treasure hunt. Treasure hunt was not bad. Yeah. What's up, Mike? Mike, hope you're doing well. I did get your
Yep.
they're downstairs. They're wrapped really good. Mike, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna mail them out without them getting damaged. So I got a new print. It's downstairs. I will
Yeah.
show them to everyone Saturday, or I will definitely show them all on Gavin. But I got to figure out how I'm going to give them out without them getting, because they're it's long. So
Yeah.
I got to figure out.
You have to
Now
find some
I don't
really
know
hard
about tube,
boxes.
Mike. The tubes I have are too big. I have the full tubes. I got to get smaller ones, or
Yeah. You can cut them in half or something. So yeah. Saw
yeah,
them in pieces. Yep.
yeah, maybe 11 by
But then
17.
you have to have a tape over the
I'm
ends, and that
thinking
will
of
get
looking
difficult.
for acid-free stuff you put comic books in on that larger side. I know for Phantom 491. I'm just going to go into D because it's a fundraiser. She's doing a fundraiser and it's over the holidays. I thought that was cool of her to do, and so that's I appreciate that. Yeah. So Mylar, yeah. Maybe the tube is the right way to go. I just don't want to damage them. They're really nice. They're really, really nice. So, and all of you, thank you all for the support. It was great. No, dude, it's fine, man. I got to figure it out. I don't want to damage them. If you sending them to me, I'm keeping one myself. Absolutely. But they're really, really nice. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to all of you.
Yep.
We'll
Merry
see you
Christmas
all.
and yep.
See you all very soon, and please say hello over there on this fundraiser event. All right.
Yep. See you Friday, Moose.
See, yeah, they're beautiful. Broadcast. Oh my God, I'm gonna shut the broadcast off. That would be dumb. Holy jeez. 1 second. Thank you all. Really appreciate it. All right, cool. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you all.
Yeah,
see you soon.
Yep, popped over.
Take the sound